as a house, we're not embarrassed by passing a legislation that has too many holes, and then the general social media will say all we did was copy and paste, and we didn't have mature considerations and all the critiques that come from it. And so I'm saying it with the greatest amount of respect to say that there's a little bit more work that has to be done in relation to the section 42A, B, and C, and including an inclusion and a direction of the appellate jurisdiction that would give effect to the legislation. I'm truly saddened that the increase in the stipend is attached to this particular amendment, because it's a tricky or a slippery slope. And those are just my humble contributions, and ask that you would consider it so that it doesn't delay what I know is much needed. And I support, Minister. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You're speaking, Mary?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Your mic is on. Your mic was on. You need to turn it on. Right.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, first of all, I rise and I want to acknowledge the views of the member from Northeast St. Elizabeth and Eastern Portland. But I want to start out by saying, although I'm new in the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, that ministry has a minister that has done sterling work and is intelligent. It has had other ministers, hold on, I'm on my feet, and has had other ministers that have been equally capable and has done work that is thoughtful. The ministry does not do patchy work. The minister, hold on, I didn't interrupt you. I did not interrupt you. No, I did not interrupt you. I did not interrupt you.
Mr. Speaker, a point with the greatest amount of respect. And I said I was constrained and painstakingly. And no, I said it. I said we do not want to have that said about this house, further the ministry. I have the greatest amount of respect for Mr. Chuck, and I have the greatest amount of respect for Mrs. Ford. And I want it to be clear that I said the very attack that I'm speaking of is what we do not want for the house. I'm a part of this house. And no, I'm saying that. I'm making that clear. And I said, in fact, and I just want that to say, because we are in a social media area where persons will cut and paste, and I'm not here for sound bites. No, I was not. And I said I painstakingly said it. Thank you. But that's what I said. I was clear on what I said.
Member, you have to turn.
Therefore, yes, I want to say, therefore, that my comment is very appropriate. It's a backhanded way of introducing to the public as we speak as members of parliament that there is incompetence. It is a backhanded way of doing it. We have a minister that is, no, I'm not saying that. I am saying we have a minister that is capable, has managed a ministry, and in addition to the minister and previous ministers who have worked here, we have a technical team at the ministry that is excellent and very good and careful with their deliberations. And I want to make the point that this act that has languished in this parliament for, I think, from 2016, went through, I allowed both members to speak. And I would expect the same courtesy to be extended to me. Again?
Member. A point of order is to ask a question. Yes. In here. Yes. So listen, we are not going to take it tit for tat. You had your chance. You had your chance. You made a statement. I don't. I don't have to hear the point of order. I am going to allow the member to continue, and you are going to take your seat. Member, you can go. Member, you can turn the mic on.
Mr. Speaker.
Member, you can sit first, please.
Mr. Speaker, I have never seen or heard of an instance where a member wishes to rise on a point of order and it is denied. I urge you, Mr. Speaker, to allow the member to raise his standing or his point of order, and then you can decide on it. But I think you have to hear him, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I would agree that the point of order, once the member rises to indicate that he has a point of order, the point of order should be heard. However, I ask the member to keep the point of order in the confines of the standing orders. A point of order is not to say that you don't like how something is being phrased, is to make a clear designation that the member speaking may be doing something contrary to the standing order. So I think because the last time it was more of, I think because the last time it was more of a conversation, right? So if you could keep the point of order clear so that the speaker can rule on the point.
Mr. Speaker, the member from South Trelawney spoke about the particular amendment which I spoke about and said that it was there from 2016. The matter in question was before the Privy Council in 2024, where I stood before the Privy Council, and I said, and the minister respectfully said that the particular amendment which I gave my contribution to was as a result of that very case. And I just heard the speaker misleading this house to say that it was there from 2016. I cannot sit and allow that. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I want to admit that the section that we're dealing with has come about in the last 2 years. But please be advised that the proposed amendment to the Jury Act, there's nothing to laugh about. The proposed amendment to the Jury Act has been under discussions for very many years, to as far back as 2016. I am stating that fact. Madam Member of Parliament, I'm on my feet and I am moving on. I have responded to what has been said and I am now moving on. I am also saying in response to the comment made by the member from Northeast St. Elizabeth that it's not that we are in this act abolishing trial by jury. It is merely limited to where it is considered that there is tampering of the jury. That is one. And two, in response to my colleague from East Portland, after many years in the profession, it is in this jurisdiction that appeal is a right that we all have. So when you speak, everybody has the right to appeal a decision of the court. Having said all of that, I want to say, and I go back to say that this bill that is before the Parliament today has gone through detailed scrutiny from an excellent technical team at the ministry. And it has gone to a legislative committee of attorneys that are highly qualified and has done sterling work in justice in this country. And and both the technical team and the Legislative Council has found the bill to be suitable. So I'm starting from the premise that as members of Parliament, we try to pass laws that assist and inure to the benefit of our constituents. And so with that in mind, I am urging us, I'm starting from the premise that I'm going to urge us as parliamentarians to pass this bill. And I want to endorse particularly the proposed amendments in relation to the increase of sums paid to the jury, as has been said by other members of this parliament. And the newly proposed arrangement whereby persons who have participated in the jury selection process but who are not selected will be paid a stipend. That is part of this, and as members of Parliament, we should all endorse this. We are also, as has been said by other members, very thankful to those who continue to serve. And we want to encourage those who have been discouraged to serve for whatever reason to consider serving. So, this amendment, as it is before us, bears emphasis that a jury service is a profound civic responsibility, which has, as other people have recognized, been the cornerstone of our democracy. It is a long-standing tradition which predates independence, and it continues to this day to form part of the jury system. Notwithstanding this important duty, this administration, led by Dr. Michael Andrew Holness, or Andrew Michael Holness, understands that there is often a financial burden associated with jury service. And this has been a deterrent for many people to serve. So the proposed increase will hopefully alleviate some of these challenges. And despite the sacred role of that the jury system has played in this country for centuries, there are still some contemporary challenges. This has sparked robust debate right across the society. In fact, only today in the 12 o'clock news, I heard King's Counsel Peter Champagny commenting that Jamaica's current mix of jury trials and judge-alone trials reflects a system that is functioning within our context, or local context here now. And as the Minister of Justice has indicated, there is going to be a joint select committee established to facilitate discourse and receive public submissions on the abolition of the jury system. Therefore, I want to assure you, and the country must be assured, that any decision to maintain or abolish the jurisdiction will be made in consultation with the people and not by a government on its own. Therefore, I am concluding my remarks by urging our colleagues, because, you know, it's very easy to stand and pontificate and give all sorts of reasons, because there is nothing there. Hold on. I withdraw the comment, pontificate. But it's very easy for us to, hold on. It is very easy for us because there is absolutely nothing that is perfect. It is very easy for us to read through, dissect, and always find an opposition to something. But I urge us as parliamentarians who represent the people of this country. You are from a constituency like mine that is rural, so many of us, that have people who need to support the system. And this act, this bill seeks to assist our people who put us here. And this act seeks to amend a situation where we have a set of judges who this country has confidence in. And as King's Counsel Peter Champagny said this afternoon, we have a hybrid system which has appeared to work well for us. Let us give this bill a chance. Let us be honest with ourselves. Let us not be parliamentarians who come back month after month, sitting after sitting, and bemoan the fact that nothing has been done in something. Everything cannot be achieved in one leap. We are going in steps so that we can address, we can get the views of our people, and we can move forward in a justice system. We are led by an excellent minister of, that has experience, an excellent team, and all of us. Parliamentarians, we don't have to oppose everything. We don't have to oppose everything. I urge us, please remember that we are representing the people who sent us here. And there is much to be commended in this bill. And I say so with a lot of deference to everybody. I respect the views of both members who have spoken. There is no disrespect. What I'm urging you as parliamentarians to remember that whatever we do and whatever is prepared by a competent group, we should, in fact, support it if it moves the views of our people forward.